Deuxième série donc de compétition femmes du World Team Trophy 2019. Je vous l'avais annoncé, la France rencontre le reste du monde. À la table carambole 3 bandes. Nous aurons la chance de voir pour le reste du monde, venant du Pérou, Jackeline Perez, opposée à la française Celine Jacques. À la table de snooker, la toute jeune championne de France Juliette Proix contre l'Australienne Jessica Woods. Et à la table de poule, la 3 fois championne de France dans les 3 modes de jeu, Severine Titaux, contre elle aussi championne panaméricaine de sa spécialité, l'Argentine, Soledad Ayala.
So, leg for the break in all 3 disciplines. On the 3 tables, a matchup between Team France and Team Rest of the World. I'm joined by Brendan Schuff, who just won his match against Fabio Rizzi, representing Rest of the World.
Correct.
Welcome, Brendan. How does that feel to represent the rest of the world?
It feels really good. Coming from the Mecca of pool in America, playing some 9-ball here, representing the rest of the world, couldn't be great. And it's nice to be in the booth with you, Alex.
Appreciate that. So it's the inaugural World Team Trophy, an event set up as a pitch to get into the 2024 Olympics. Unfortunately, there was a premature decision by the Olympic Committee. But then still, it's a beautiful way to demonstrate this format, how it could be brought into the Olympics, bringing the 3 biggest games together.
Yeah, we're a little behind, but it's looking really good. With all the federations and organizations involved in Q Sports, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, in my opinion. We'll get it there. All these disciplines together in one room, this is a beautiful format and a beautiful thing.
Yeah, you're very much a student of the game, all departments of the game, so you'll be watching a lot here, I guess, especially the snooker and the 3 cushion.
Most definitely. I have a little bit of experience with 3 cushion and snooker, but I'm definitely keeping my mind really open, taking in everything I can here.
Where do you play? I mean, if you get to play snooker or 3 cushion, where would that be?
Well, growing up in the Washington, D.C. area, you know, it's kind of a easy route to get to a lot of different places. So I could go find snooker table here, 3 cushion table here, and it's just not right around the corner. So it involves a little more dedication to go learning the games. But as I got more into pool, that became number 1, and I had to put the other disciplines aside. I wish I could learn all games and play all games all day long, but that was a good try.
Yeah, Juliette Proix missed that shot for France. Both the teams, France and rest of the world, are playing their 2nd match of today. Both teams having lost their opening round 3-0. And on this table, Woods lost her opening match when they faced Team Asia. Amy Kamani from India beat her. And I'm sure she felt discontent. I don't know if you saw that match, but I'm sure.
I actually did. Yeah, she looks like she's got a wave of talent ready to let loose, but she was having a hard time settling into I guess the conditions and so forth. There's so many variables involved in getting used to the big pressure in these events. So it's hard to notice what the players are exactly going through.
She just made a reset, meaning that she came up from the shot to reassess herself. Needs to be aware though that there's a shot clock in play. She fouled the shot clock in the first match.
Yeah, the shot clock is a critical implementation into the improvement of all games on a professional level. think she can make this. Yeah.
We're moving to the 9-ball pool match between Titaux and Ayala. Ayala from Argentina, the pluricampion in the 8-ball, 9-ball, and 10-ball of South America. The whole continent, the Pan American Championships. Titaux took the opening rack, her first rack of today, because she succumbed 5-0 to 4-0 to Jasmine Ocean in the opening match. And a quick switch to the Carom table. No pockets, but just, you know, just to make it clear, the rules in 3 cushion is that with your cue ball, Jacques cue ball being the white one in this case, you need to contact both balls, but before contacting the second one, cue ball must hit at least 3 cushions.
France 0.
So what elements, shove, do you think are most important in 3 cushion? Like if you were to describe it to your friends back home who don't play anything.
Yeah, one of the biggest elements in 3 cushion is spinning the cue ball and applying spin, doing a lot of creative things with it. Since there's no pockets and the table is heated, there's a longer roll. The cue ball accepts more English, does more to it. So cueing is less of a critical thing because you have to slap the cue ball with a lot of side spin pretty often. While as in snooker, center cue ball and cueing is a lot more important.
Yeah, so you can be more mechanical in snooker than they can be in 3 cushion.
Yeah, that's right. And so pool is kind of a mixture of both. You know, you have to know how to spin your cue ball, slap it with a lot of spin, and while also cueing very straight and having good mechanics.
Yeah. And how creative are 3 cushion players?
Oh, they're so creative. Using the rails, that's incredible. That's my favorite thing about it when I play it. Like this right here.
Well,
that was a nice try.
Because I'm asking the question so I can make the argument or the statement that, you know, for people that don't know the game so well, it seems to be very creative. But they're all like 96 out of 100 shots are there. I mean, they'll have 2, 3, 4 shots to choose from.
Right.
It's just that the routes that they play are unfamiliar to us.
That's right.
So I don't think it's so creative. It's artistic.
Oh, that's
it looks artistic.
That's a good point of view. I never really thought about it like that. Ooh, that was so close.
Well, 0.
Very nice try.
Or just.
Well, you can manipulate more with your cue ball, and you can make more things happen. So even though the table explains that there's more of an option of the correct shot, you know, one player's ability to see another shot versus the other could come into play, which adds some creative side to it.
Rail first on the red ball.
France 0.
Yeah, a little harder with a little spin would have helped that shot. Yeah, also in 3 cushion, the ball is quite a bit bigger, so you know it's a heavier hit.
In general, I think players could challenge themselves to play more disciplines. I know, you know, I've played competition in pool, in 9-ball pool with Blomdahl. He's a multi-world champion 3 cushion billiards, because he wanted to be a little more precise. He saw it as a fun way to practice, but a valuable way to practice. Just like a snooker player, you know.
So weren't you one of the only players that have played 2 disciplines in the World Games before?
Yeah, I did. In the 2001, I played World Games, and they were lacking a player due to visa problems in snooker. So then they asked if I'd be willing. I said, yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, any chance to play more than one discipline, you know, it's completely okay. But then again, you know, you only have so many hours in a day, and it takes a long time to get really good at just one of these disciplines.
Oh, to compete, yes.
Yeah, to compete. Oh, look at this.
I'd like that shot any time of day.
Yeah.
Don't see that too often. She tried to play the bank straight back, and I don't think it was there.
Yeah, it wasn't there.
Even after the second knuckle.
That's pretty strong.
I thought she hit the first one.
That might be the first time I've ever seen that roll. Nice shot there.
So Titaux, a national champion in both black ball, pool, and snooker. Doubling her advantage, 2-0 over the Argentinian Ayala. When we go back to Juliette Proix,
1-0.
who's put in a tight spot by Woods. Woods, the 2014 IBSF World Amateur Champion from Australia.
That's a big table right there. It's a lot of green. And the balls are smaller in snooker, opposed to the largest in 3-cushion, and right in the middle, pool balls. She was trying to pot that ball.
Right, 3, rest of the world.
The difficulty there, I think, was to get the good kiss on the second red ball to hold for the black. And as so often, too much focus on the kiss. Made her miss the pot.
1.
Did you see? Oh yeah, of course you saw Figueiredo play
Mm-hmm.
in your team in the previous match. He raced a 3. He made 2 centuries.
Yeah, he plays really good.
Yeah.
Very impressive, that guy. Good try. I do notice a few players here in the first day, you know, going through the feel element, you know, getting used to the conditions, and the pressure's so huge in this game, and there's so much going on a physical level that it's just hard to get up there and play absolutely perfect. So when it does happen, it's something beautiful to see. I also watched the first match, 9-ball match with Chua and Filler.
Yeah.
They only missed like, I think 2 balls each, or maybe 2 mistakes each in the race to 5, and you know they played really good. And then I got up there, I missed an easy shot in my first match. The cloth was sliding a little bit, you know, so I had to readjust a few things. And I see all the other players going through it, and there's just so many elements to this sport. It's incredible.
Yeah, but I think the real higher echelon players, like tier 1, like tier 1 players, if they play on a TV table or in a setting like this, it's almost like coming home.
Right.
They're way more used to it.
Yep, the experience.
Well, what you do a lot, you become good at.
That's right. I notice in snooker, a pre-shot routine is very, very valuable with the mechanics. In 3-cushion, pre-shot routine is important, but the element of stroke is more critical than addressing the cue ball straight in snooker. Cueing and a stroke are 2 totally different things. In other words.
Delivery, yeah.
Yeah, delivery. Yeah.
Well, I think especially in 3-cushion, the shot selection process is given more attention.
Extension?
Because many times players will have like a couple of options and then need to value which option presents itself more.
Right. Yes, shocks. One of the only things that really develops top-notch shot selection is experience.
Well, you can also study.
Sure.
I mean, there are players who play more on first hunch, and there are players who will take more time, even when playing with no pressure.
Right.
And I think the latter will learn quicker.
Right. I agree.
But if you take more time, you pay with fluency and rhythm. I mean, you're going to lose a bit of feel.
Yeah, that's a very good explanation.
1.
And I noticed we've had a lot of young competitors here in this event, and just events all around the world. It's becoming a younger person's sport. So maybe studying is the way to go, and the experience just comes along with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's what young players, if they're getting coaching, will learn at an early age is to be open to input and feedback, even if they don't like it.
Right.
Just after a match, assessing what exactly happened.
Yes, that's correct. More coaching from the American side of things. I think we need more coaching over there than say lessons and things like that.
Good speed there by Proix on the safety. She's still in it, trailing 40-15. And we'll go to the American pool table. Good stroke there by Ayala.
Yeah, it was a good shot.
France to break.
I think on paper, to know that on paper she's the better player of the two. But there's variance in the game of 9-ball. And there's heart.
And then there's
The better
Hart.
player not necessarily wins the game. Titaux definitely looking to make a statement here. The ladies in 3-cushion race to 25 with a maximum of 40 innings. So after 40 innings, who has most points on the board will win. And Perez had a good match against
0.
excuse me, against Peyavi Swong. Represents Cambodia for Team Asia. Very good match. Was a close affair. In the end, won by Swong.
Here's where you were talking about shot selection.
Well,
There's
yeah,
so many options in difficult situations in the 3-cushion because there's no pocketing of a ball involved.
Ball in hand.
So that makes it very, very difficult. Good try. She wanted to
France.
have more top English, bring the ball further back down. That's kind of a fancy shot there, a little bit.
yeah,
Those come up in 3-cushion.
a little bit like a lot.
Yeah,
You
like
need
a lot.
big cue action there. And it's difficult to, it's easier to play good when it's an open, dynamic match. So Perez was losing 11-3 to Swong before. This is going to be a different ball game.
She hit that pretty good. Oh, a little short. Oh. Very nice try.
0.
Yeah, leaving a tough position. Don't see anything other than a kick shot. So she wants to play short, long, and then thin on the red ball. Need to be precise. Looks good. Oh! Oh, what a shot.
What a shot.
Ah, beautiful, beautiful point.
Incredible.
Well, she can go home now. Maybe the best shot of today of any match.
Yes. Calculated decision on the correct shot and some experience behind it. Excellent.
Little bit jabby on the delivery of that stroke.
Ooh, got it.
2.
rails are playing a little short. Perfect.
Too much draw. Well, she might get there.
Look at this.
3.
Don't think she tried to come that wide. Look at the cue ball.
Yeah,
It arced a lot. But a good break of 3 nonetheless. 4 rails.
very still elbow there. Nice try.
A run of 3 for Jacques. Perez back to the table when we go to Titaux and Ayala. Ayala on the ball. Good speed. Now in 9 ball, you're always playing the same ball, just like your opponent, the lowest numbered ball on the table. Running out, usually running out, clearing the table isn't what it's about. Well, of course, that's what it's. Yeah, it's difficult when the pressure is out there. 4 balls can be difficult. But it's very much also about gaining the initiative.
That's right. You know, and I'll tell you another thing that really shows up playing rotation games. You know, in this case, 1 through the 9 ball, is the element of surprise. You know, you never know how the balls are going to develop, how they're going to lay out, and how the table tells you what needs to happen here. 1 to the 2, 2 to the 3.
You have to be
3.
battle tough. It's a bit like poker when you can,
you
know, turn off the river card can cost you, even though you were heads on favorite.
That's right. It'll change everything. I think she got enough behind the 4 there, but she let her see it, I think, maybe.
Still liked it. It's not always easy to see the between brackets simple solution.
That's right.
Very sensitive this.
Yeah, I like hitting this one a little on the softer side. That was okay speed, but she misaimed the kick. Nice try.
Now in 9 ball, with the foul, Ayala gets ball in hand. But if a player makes 3 fouls in a row, it means loss of game. So she could also opt to stick the cue ball behind the 7. Needs to go from the 3, the red 3, to the purple 4. Then orange, then the, what color is that, the 6?
I would say green.
Okay, and what then would be the 7? Green.
Blue.
I like her demeanor around the table. She looks very cool. Can play the soft, elegant shots and can play with speed. Pull the stroke out.
Yeah, and that's critical to have. Be able to slow yourself down, have the right tempo for each shot, whether you're hitting it hard, hitting it soft. Slow backstroke.
She can cheat the pocket. Hit it into the rail, make the ball slide in. That would allow her to draw back, coming over the side pocket. Good enough.
Yeah, she figured I'd just play the natural angle, go underneath instead of trying to get straight in, overhitting it maybe.
Nice level cue action.
Very nice. And the ever so delightful Michaela Tabb, referee. Very nice.
Good out, started with that safety. Well, the first safety on the 2, and then Titaux kicked the 2, and then another good safety by Ayala, leading to ball in hand. 76-16 for Woods. Frame is on the board.
So watching all these disciplines, you know, what is the one common denominator that all share? And it, I think it's the choosing the right shot. Shot selection in all games is the most important thing.
Yeah, well, and delivery.
Well, and delivery. I mean, you know, we can get into the mechanical part of.
But I think like the higher the level, the more it is about shot selection and bottle.
Correct. Yes.
Now Juliette Proix is still playing safeties. You know, there are 22 balls on the table. She can get to 38 if she wants to get the rest of the points by playing snookers. Even if she would succeed, you know, these matches would be finishing on Wednesday maybe.
Yeah, being aggressive and, you know, firing when you need to. You kind of just have to go. That ball might go in the hole. No, it will roll it off a little bit.
Well, that's a good takeout if that is what she intended. I appreciate Juliette Proix being out here, having the chance to gain experience, but I wouldn't go so far as to keep on playing for snookers at this stage. Oh, well, in snooker you're always allowed to keep on playing, and I think she and her coach have decided that they're going to take maximum advantage of this opportunity.
Yeah,
But
this is the most interesting element of snooker with the scoring.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, I'm going to judge this goes too far because they'll hold up the whole tournament.
Yeah, that is true. I don't agree with that either.
And we're, you know, there are many champions here, world champions here. It wouldn't do right.
Yeah, there needs to be a point of no return, because then it eliminates just getting down and hitting the ball versus giving all your effort into it. You know, there's so many different ways to think of it. So she needs a few snookers here.
This is Lava Bozilova, the referee. You know, referees the Pro Tour. This must be the first time for her that the frame was dragged out like this. So Woods gets the point on the board.
Such a beautiful setup here with all three disciplines in one event. We'll go back to the Carom table here.
Will you get a chance to do some sightseeing, go to Perez or anything, or are you gonna?
Tonight I think I'm
straight
gonna try to sneak out and see the Eiffel Tower. That's my only.
Okay. Yeah.
I've never been and never seen it in person. So
Take a selfie.
yeah, I'm gonna get the selfie. I'm gonna put my fingers up and squeeze it in there.
Yeah.
Well,
That was a good try.
No, think she needed the other side spin on the ball to kill the angle.
So when you go rail first with your cue ball, that also counts as one of the 3 rails to
Yes.
make a point. So you just have to use 3 rails with your cue ball at some point and contact both balls. She's going to try to go long here. Yeah,
France 0.
good try.
Oh, that sits nicely. White. Looks like she can bank the red ball towards the corner. To the right, where the white ball is.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the cue ball go long, short, long, long. Slide out towards the white ball.
4 to 5 rails. Ooh,
Oh,
always got to watch for the double kiss.
Little thin.
Yeah, I've actually had the pleasure of learning a little bit about 3 cushion over the years with my good friend Manny Chow from Peru.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he lives in Houston now. Great player. We've been good friends for a long time, and I've played with him for many years. And then Rafael Martinez. I spent a little bit of time in Texas and seeing him around a lot, and
France 0.
that guy's stroke is incredible. And 3
Yeah,
cushion,
it's nice,
I'm telling you, man, this game. When these guys started showing me a little bit of what's going on here, hooks for life.
And where do you live?
I'm in
Virginia?
the D.C. area, but
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been all over the U.S.
Okay.
and running into these great players everywhere I go, and I've always soaked up the knowledge from the champions. This is kind of a tricky lay here because you have to avoid the double kiss.
Either on the left side of the white and there's a kiss, or on the right side with a thicker hit. I think she'll choose the second option. Outside of the ball.
Just missed the kiss. Yeah, so if she would have hit it to where it would have hit the red, the 2 balls would have double kissed there. So trying to avoid that, it's a tricky, intricate situation. You know, and to become a top player in any discipline,
Timeout.
you have to learn how to evaluate the table, and a lot processes in your brain in the time that it takes to execute. So, you know, you could have a great player that doesn't evaluate all the correct information so much, and then for that selects the wrong shot. That's a very nice shot there. I'll tell you, this shot right here looks trickier than what it actually is, or it is trickier than what it looks.
Yeah, no, it's very sensitive. Yeah, it's all about finding the good balance. Like I tend to think a lot, so I can overthink.
Mm-hmm.
And someone who's an instinctive player, like maybe Shaw or Filler.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a foul. Red ball hit the cue, I think.
France
You know,
1.
quicker instinctive players have a tendency to not spend enough time, and they'll overlook shots.
Right, and then thus we start speaking the happy medium. Everybody's looking for
Yeah.
a happy medium in any kind of individual sport.
Well, so, I mean, it's your personal tendency, a certain rhythm. And it's difficult to force yourself to pick up speed or to slow down, because it'll not feel natural. He's gonna get there, I think.
Work. 0.
Not enough slide off of the long rail. And a lot of defense.
Yeah, a lot of defense.
It's not a coincidence that cue ball landing there.
France to break.
Titaux on the pool table. The break in rack 6. That corner ball is flying in all the time. Interesting position here. Would you attack, Brandon, the 1-4?
I was actually just getting ready to ask you the same question.
I was
But
first.
I will say I have a golden rule for myself, and that is avoid any difficult combo at all costs. Only shoot it if I absolutely have to. In this case, that one looked like it was pretty lined up, pretty straight, so she had no fear, fired it right in there. But I avoid combos unless it's 100% the right shot.
Yeah. Yeah, and even like now, it might have been the right shot because there weren't any alternatives.
Correct. Yeah,
Which makes it somewhat easier, but if you have alternatives and in doubt whether to play or not,
Right.
it's so tricky. Even with ball in hand on a 2-9 combination that
Right.
you might make or might not.
That's
You know,
why good
if you
players
make it,
prefer
you're
to just play
right,
the
and
run
if you-
out.
and if you miss it, you look silly.
That's right.
Smart.
That was a good shot.
She's played the second smart safety I've seen her play where there isn't really something on, but she's keeping it simple and making the most of it.
Yeah, I like her shot selection.
Now she can, Ayala can bury Titaux behind the 6 and 7.
Yeah, this isn't gonna end up well here. She's gonna have to have a tough kick shot
Just
after
roll the
this.
ball.
Front, 0.
Ooh, that came out nice.
Very nice.
It looked a little bit odd how she played it,
Yeah, like
using the side.
she wants to hit it thinner but softer with more spin. I liked it like that.
Now, any player would have difficulty hitting the 1. Some pros could maybe opt to go to the short rail first. Short, long, short. Because this is very reactive, cue ball being so close to the rail. I like it.
Oh, just not quite hard enough.
Yeah. Coming in from that angle, she didn't have a lot of future.
That's right. That was a good effort.
Good effort. Ayala needs to hit this thin. So she needs to get that rest out of the way real quick.
Yeah, and something to relate to all pool players, 9-ball players, in situations like this is once you get the opportunity to win the rack, so to say, and it's open, is the ability to see the finish line, like where you're going to be on the 8, getting to the 9, you have to picture yourself there. And then you just roll with the time, and you do one shot at a time after that. So you have an inset in your mind of where you're about to be. And it's only not far away, a minute or 2 away. So as long as you can keep the mentality of being on that in shot, that helps a lot finishing the rack once you get that layout and that opportunity. I notice a lot of players tend to just roll with the flow, one shot at a time, which is beautiful. But when I was younger, a great player from my area taught me that to learn quick, you got to try to read the rack backwards. Where do you want to be for the 9? Where do you want to be for the 8? Where do you want to be for the 7? Where do you want to be for the 6? And then it shows you where the problematic areas could be. And so while you're using the element of one shot at a time, you're also using the element of where you're about to be at the end of this rack. And
Helps to create a certain mindset.
that's right. So I noticed a big gap in my game once I started to look at the racks that way. And now I can evaluate a lot more and see a lot more quicker.
Do you ever play straight pool?
Oh, yeah. Well, not as much as I'd like to. That's my least played pool game. But I do have a high run of 116 in competition, so I'm a 100-ball runner. You know, haven't got quite to that top echelon speed of straight pool yet.
That game will teach you how to not miss in open position.
That is right.
So Ayala, another ball in hand. She was a little bit lucky before with that miss that the cue ball didn't go in. But luck is the residue of hard work.
I like the way that sounds.
I think
Luck
Grady
is the
Matthews said
residue.
it.
Is that a Grady
Yeah,
Matthews one?
I think so.
One of the best ever. R.I.P. Grady.
Grady Matthews, for people that don't know, is the late Grady Matthews, called the Professor. Many players have learned a lot from him.
Yeah, growing up as a kid, he was one of the top guys to learn a lot about kicking and banking and systems in one pocket, obviously.
Yeah, he was sharing knowledge everywhere where he went. So this 9 will level the score. We'll put Ayala on the hill, as is Titaux.
She's looking pretty comfortable.
Very calm, inspiring her mental game. The final rack being played in 9 ball, and that brings us to the snooker, where Woods from Australia representing team rest of the world.
I really like her form.
So yes,
And just her whole demeanor at the table, how she gets down with the way she uses her confidence. It's very impressive.
at times a bit irregular, so she'll pull the trigger a bit quicker at times.
Rest
Right.
of the world's a break.
That could easily be maybe an adolescent thing, because I noticed that when players start at a young age, they tend to grow those tendencies a little bit, but then as they mature in their game, things slow down, and that slowly disintegrates when it's not
Yeah,
really
and
there a little bit.
I had a chat with her. Like it's difficult for Woods to get enough competition, skilled competition, tough matches, play a lot. Imagine if a player like Woods would be living in the UK. What that would do to her game.
Yes, yeah.
Being
Yeah,
amongst strong
competition
players.
and being in the box, so to say, is so important. You can tell she's soaking it up, that's for sure. She's looking good here. All the reds wide open.
Yeah, she landed a little bit short on either of the reds, to the left and to the right of the cue ball. She can come across for the pink to the same pocket.
Or slow
She
for the
held
8,
it.
or slow for
nice.
the black.
Yeah, very nice. She had less of an angle than what seemed to be. She's cruising. Whole different player than what we saw in her opening match.
Yeah, she's growing comfortable.
Oh, shot.
Watching all this snooker is going to make me change the tip on my break cue. My break cue is actually a two-piece American-style snooker cue that I had made from a snooker player in Canada, and I ended up using my other custom cue, and I put a hard talum tip on my snooker cue, and it turned it into the greatest break cue ever. Because ash wood is some of the hardest wood that there is.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put a softer tip on it and start playing some snooker. Love snooker.
Ayala with a chance to win.
Yeah, that was the shot to get out right there. A little straight, but she can.
Now this, yeah. I mean, it's.
You like rail first here?
No, I think she can roll and then with side spin, but it's trickier than it looks.
That's right.
This
Yeah, an
even-
inch to the left or an inch further to the right
Yeah.
would be a better position. This is like in the middle.
in the middle. This once in a while, even with tier 1 players, this gets a little funny on the 8, and then the cut could be missed.
Yeah, she's got a nice extension on her cue. She's going to be able to stun this ball over with spin. That's a nice shot. Perfect.
I said once in a while with tier 1 players, but maybe once in a...
Blue moon.
Yeah.
There we go.
But it's a good match. 2 more balls for Ayala, but coming from 2-0 behind.
I like how she settles into the shot very slow. She doesn't just drop into it too fast. That adds good composure.
Yeah, good win for Ayala. Titaux did get 3 racks on the board, where in her first match against Ushan she failed to get 1. But in the end, Ayala, the calmer, Ayala from Argentina wins the first point for Team Rest of the World. And Woods with a 60, with a big lead. He's about to get it done.
14.
Playing a good match. Nice.
15.
Looks totally different from the first match.
Totally.
She looked tentative.
Now, do you think that could be because on paper, and you know, or the opportunities that she was given from her opponent's mistakes kind of gave her confidence to fly through
that
the match?
and maybe that she's frustrated with her first match,
Fire.
and that she's getting accustomed to setting the venue,
Right.
the playing here.
Point 2.
You know, if you get into a match cold and you're not as experienced or seasoned, or if you don't get that much match play, you need to get lucky in your first match to get nice positions to get going.
That's right.
Point 9.
Ooh.
See, I mean, I know that feeling because it's like you're excited, you know, you're hitting the ball good, you know, and sometimes it's premature when it feels so right,
Oh yeah.
you know, and it just forces you to pull the trigger a little too soon right there. If she would have gave that an extra stroke or two, she probably would have split the wicket.
Now possibly this red ball could still go. I don't think it does.
Yeah.
But with the round pockets, there's a bit more of an opening there compared to a pool table.
She might try to draw into the red right here, but it's so minute, I don't think it could happen. Yeah, she tried.
Now twice across, cue ball to the black. Oh no, it went. It did go.
It did go.
Ultra tight. But missed it in such a way that she wouldn't be leaving something. Did you by chance get to see Ronnie O'Sullivan last night?
No, but he beat Neil Robertson in the final, was it?
Yeah, in the final and in the last frame. Oh, he made career century number 1000 in the winning frame.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, I didn't catch that. I just know it was him and Neil in the final there.
All during the season, you know, when asked about century 1000, he said, "Well, I'm going to get there. It's not a lot of pressure," and but it was still beautiful, and it did something to him because the audience was giving a lot of appreciation.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and he was, you know, he was soaking it up.
I bet. Oh, Ronnie, Rocket Ronnie. Yeah, what a big deal that is to do that in competition. Phew. I'll tell you, and Neil's having a fantastic year himself. He's one of the hottest snooker players on the planet right now.
Yeah, he's getting back into form. He had lost his mojo for, well, I'd say for a season and a half.
Nice shot.
He could do well at the Worlds starting in April. Now she can play any color, but after this shot on the blue, the players will go for the yellow. Then the colors need to be played in order, so yellow, green, brown, blue, pink and black. This is asking a lot. Oh!
Oh,
Asking a lot because she was addressing the cue ball very low and trying to hold the cue ball, but she hit it too thick. Fluked the yellow, but has liberated the green.
see, although the form and everything was great there, this is where that slow backstroke right before you hit it really helps in pocketing balls. There she kind of pulled the trigger with the cue ball addressed too close. I'm sorry, the tip of her cue addressed too close to the cue ball. You kind of have to tell yourself to pull the trigger while you're back and pause a little bit, and now you tell your brain to follow through with the acceleration.
Yeah, it's difficult for her.
Yeah, the safety element in snooker, or the safety elements in all three games, are very different.
Yeah, but Woods has this match won.
Yeah,
I mean, if you,
already should have been over,
if
right?
you would ask her the last time that someone had her still playing, being up
94 to 1.
Yeah, I mean,
No, it's
probably
not
not
really.
in the last 10 years. Doesn't happen.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
So after this match, we'll have another round in the women's tournament. We'll have Team Asia playing against Team Europe. It's going to be nice. We'll have Ushan playing Ga-Yeon Kim, two former world champions. We'll have for Europe Degener from Turkey playing against Piavi Swong from Cambodia, and then Snooker Necheva from Russia will be playing against Amy Kamani from India. It's going to be an interesting match because there's no favorite there.
Right. Yeah, those are the most interesting. And the skills are leveled out.
We go to the Carom table because Juliette Proix' coach is not throwing in the towel. Makes it a bit awkward. We go to Jacques leading over Perez. Looking at a 3-rail kick shot. Sitting in a nice readable position because she's playing from the diamond. And she needs to head track approximately 1 diamond short.
Correct. Yeah, you see her calculating everything there. Nice running English here.
The corner 5
A little
system.
long. Well, she might. Oh,
France, 0.
almost backdoor.
Now, what happened there, she missed it by a diamond. Corner 5, you play with right spin, but playing off of the rail, the cue ball swerved.
Right.
So the entry of the cue ball wasn't according to the previsioned route, so it came long.
Pretty tight match here.
Too much.
World, 0.
Those last inches of the yellow. make life just a bit harder for Jacques. Slow cue ball, a fast red ball.
France, 0.
The deadly double kiss. The most avoidable thing in three cushion.
Ooh. There's a nice kick shot, sorry, into the short rail, then half ball hit on the white. Don't know what she's playing here. Oh, she's going to the short rail, so right short rail, left short rail. Oops, needs to check a lot.
World, 0.
That was a great effort.
Yeah, for a little while I've played some more three cushion, but it's so hard. Like, I feel I'm precise on a pool table. I feel I'm precise on a snooker table. But not precise enough in three cushion. You know,
Yeah.
to get that feel. So I'm aiming for a point on ball 2. But to get that feel for the contact on the rail or the second rail, that's so difficult to learn.
Yeah, picturing yourself on the third or more rail. It's a hard thing to gauge with feel. Interesting. She almost got there.
Yeah, tried to get to the long rail.
And Woods has won her match on the snooker.
She played a good match. She'll be feeling a lot better. Can try tomorrow to vindicate herself against Anastasia Nicheva, who beat her in last year's World Championships.
France, 0.
That one looked like it was going to get there.
Woods from Australia, in the process of beating Juliette Proix 2-0. Highest break 37, sorry.
World, 0.
Ooh, I see a nice one. White ball to the left long rail, right long rail, and then a ticky short rail red ball.
Ah, I see it.
It's a big, you know, it's a big
tricky. Yeah.
No. I think it's, you know, it's a big gap to play in.
Oh yeah, the ball's big. Yeah, underneath.
The three rail may be a
Very
little
nice
easier to read.
Ooh.
That's unlucky.
France,
That was very unlucky.
The last 4 innings, by the way, in this match, the ladies play a race to 25 with a maximum of.
I mean, you can't miss it any
40
closer
innings.
than that. That was unreal.
Short, long, and then slide towards the white ball.
Yeah. Might even hit the double
Perez.
kiss. Didn't see that.
World,
The
0.
deadly double kiss.
This, I've never played with the maximum number of innings, but that must be so difficult. So you're down 12-9. You're well capable of running 3 in 3 innings, but you're under the gun.
Yep. Yeah, that's a different kind of, that's a new kind of pressure.
Yeah, time's running out.
I kind of like that though a little bit, you know? Oh, double kiss again.
France,
A lucky
0.
leave for Jacques.
Yeah, in three cushion or almost any cue sport game, when the cue ball's on the rail, you know, depending on the shot you're facing, that's kind of a safety position. You always want to leave them on the rail.
Yeah, with the men who have a more powerful stroke, you know, they can topspin this coming off the red or the white and make it hook back to the short rail.
Oh, I love that shot
for
here.
the second time. I don't know if Perez is able.
Yeah, I don't know. She's going to try to... Oh, yeah, the kick is there. But she went a little long.
Well, zero.
Good try.
Three more innings. I would definitely defend if I have somewhat of a difficult position. I'm not going to try to be the heroine in the closing stages.
Yeah, no matter how easy the shot is.
France, 0.
All right. Here
Before
we go,
last
rest
inning.
of the world. Let's get this 4 real quick.
Yeah, this is your team.
That's right. Let's go.
One.
Oh,
What?
how did she do that?
How did that was incredible.
Oh,
Mucho impresivo.
wow.
Oh, wow.
She didn't have 1 millimeter margin.
She took on that shot like a true champ. Did she get it? Oh,
Well,
nice try.
1.
Okay, last inning for Jacques.
So I think she'll have one more inning after this.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, this is the last inning here. So if anybody who's watching is wondering why it's the last inning when the races fall short, they set a limit for innings.
France, 0.
So what's the leave? Ah, she gets to play the break off. Very exciting to watch, three cushion. Be it a match like this, or be it Jeremy Bury making a comeback against Sidome, or Frédéric Caudron playing in 5th gear. You know, when the scoring dries up, sometimes you have to sit it out for a little bit, but finish is always exciting.
Right.
It's on.
She hit it good.
Ooh,
Very nice.
One more. If they draw, they're going to play a shootout.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
So for some more drama, Perez needs to make at least one more point. It's on. Oh. Back to the short rail. Short, long, short.
4 rails.
Oh.
Oh, she hit the cue ball.
Yeah.
1.
Oh, she would have got it too. Oh, what a match.
Oh man, what a way to lose it.
Anything can happen
She
in this
set it
game.
out, fought herself back in a winning position, but here,
Keep your eye on the white ball where it was.
painful. Painful, but still, team rest of the world, they won this match. With 1 point for France, 2-1 for your team, Brendan Shaw. Thanks for the commentary. You're not playing today.
No, I look forward to getting back in the booth with you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Alex.
Oh yeah, if you're going to be back tonight, I'd love that.
Yes, that'd be great. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a little bit for the next round. Team Asia against Team Europe in the ladies tournament.
Okay, awesome.